So first up, I'm going to show you the bounce pass. Sometimes that could be called the dead pass or the dead flip. But yeah, it's basically the same move for each of them, the bounce pass. I'm gonna talk through a series of videos on different skills that we can do on any pinball machine. We've got a beautiful Elvira here to use, and I'm going to try and demonstrate some skills that I think are important when becoming a good pinball player. All of these skills pretty much is about getting the ball into a specific position or getting the ball back under control, which I think is integral to being a good pinball player, getting the ball back under control. So the first skill that I'm going to talk to you about is the bounce pass. And I'm just going to demonstrate it and talk about why I think is probably the most important skill in being a good pinball player. So when the ball is out of control, so it's usually a situation about getting the ball back under control. So we can just let the ball hit the flipper. So let the ball hit the flipper, you see. So what it's doing is deadening the momentum of the ball. So just each time, so I've done 3 there, and all I'm actually trying to do in achieving that is to get the ball back under control. So taking the momentum out of the ball. So I'll just show you again. So the ball's out of control, I let the ball hit the flipper, you see? So it's just taking the momentum out of the ball. So I'm deliberately not hitting shots, you see, so that I can let it bounce. So again, the ball came down here, there, and then I just let it bounce off the tip of the flipper in order to get it back under control on the right flipper. So here, so, you know, I had to flip the flipper there, but most of the time, we have the potential. So here, let it bounce and get the ball back under control, you see. So I think that it's actually the easiest, but one of the most important and useful strategies in terms of being a good pinball player. But knowing when to use the dead bounce. It's not useful in every situation, but being able to use it well. So when the ball comes down here, I just let the ball bounce, and here, yeah, there we go. Look, so I've let it bounce 3 times, and it's all about taking the momentum from the ball. So this is a prime example. So a lot of Elvira is shooting the ball up the middle. Can I let the ball bounce? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to use a different skill later on that I will show you in order to get the ball back under control. But on certain games, like I remember playing Creature from the Black Lagoon at the Dutch Pinball Masters. Creature from the Black Lagoon is this, so move your car shot straight at the middle, let the ball come down here. Sometimes if you just let the ball bounce, it will go bounce, bounce, over, and then you can come back to a trap. And if you can find a repeatable skill like that, where actually you're just letting the ball bounce around, but as long as it's back under control, then it can be a really useful skill. I'll show you a few more times and then we'll leave it there, but it's a very, very important skill. So let it bounce, there you go. Back under kind of control there. It's not going to a perfect trap, might need to use a different skill. But, you know, it's the ball being back under control. I think the really important thing to say about the bounce pass is the part of the flipper that it's going to hit. If it's too high, then that's when it can get you into trouble a little bit. So here we go. So you get a little bit of a nudge, back under control, just by letting it bounce. So that could be a strategy, you see. So just letting that ball, because you're in Elvira, you're going to be hitting it up the middle a hell of a lot. So how to deal with it coming out of this left orbit is a real skill. It could come from the right orbit as well, but letting the ball just bounce to get the ball back under control. You know, that was too risky because it was too high on the flipper, but there we go, let me show you. So bounce, whereas it's kind of out of control, so we've got to do another skill. I'll do one more. Just let it bounce, back under control. So, you know, how you deal with these feeds is important. The bounce pass is integral to being a good pinball player.